Happy Sunday, bitches. As happy as you can possibly be while the world stops turning. This is Heather Ryan from the Des Moines, Iowa metropolitan area.
And Blythe Potter in somewhere heading toward Lafayette, Indiana. I don't know where I am. Yeah, Tippecanoe County.
I can't believe you have a county named Tippecanoe County. So
why?
I don't know. What was it in history that was something like me, you, and Tippecanoe or something, some crazy.
Oh, gosh. I don't know.
Yeah, there's something
I'm sure I've heard it and forgot.
It's got like a rhyme to Tippecanoe, and I never knew what the fuck that meant.
Maybe, I'm sure it has something to do with how terribly we treated the native population.
Well, that could be any state at this point.
Touche. But Indiana definitely is terrible to the native population. We slaughtered them and then named it after them.
Oh, jeez. We have so many native named lakes and towns here, and you wouldn't think, man, we treated those folks awful and then stole their land and kept the names. Yay.
Yep, spelled them wrong, pronounced them wrong.
I don't even know what's worse, changing the
white people shit. I know, right?
It's so confusing, man.
Our existence is confusing. Why are we the ones trying to fix this?
We're not the first ones to see that it was wrong, right? That can't be.
Oh, no. People throughout history have seen this. I guarantee it.
Yeah, I'm sure you're right. Yeah, you can't. Yeah, I guess it kind of comes full circle back to our first topic, which is ICE and the assassination of Renee Good. That it's been that long since we recorded. They have to know they're the bad guys. Right?
Yeah, they do, and they don't care. But this is the cycle of history, right? Like anytime there's been conflict, there is a blatant group of people, often white, intentionally harming people, gaslighting them, lying to them about it. And it always has to do with money and land and power, resources.
Yeah, I just found out this week. Remember, we all thought that these ICE agents were making six figures. Mm-hmm. They are not. They are making around $50,000 a year to abuse and assassinate people. They're making $50,000 a year.
Oh my God. And what's sad is some of these people, that's probably like a lot more money than they were making.
It must be worth it, right?
There's no amount of money that would be worth it to me. That would be much like what we were talking about with the Board of Peace. There's no amount of money that you could use to manipulate and gaslight me into pretending that I'm doing something right like that. I mean, that's so horrible.
Yeah, the whole thing is, for me and my brain, they're paying our government taxes are paying these awful human beings to abuse our civilians and our neighbors, pittance, and for what? So that they can oppress us, and they think that they're making money. They're not making shit. It's the billionaires that are manipulating them by paying them $50,000 a year, which is nothing. Fuck, I made more than that managing a trampoline park. You know.
It's not that, but just the way you said that was funny.
It's true. I sold frozen food off a fucking truck for Schwann's and made more than that. Yeah. You know? And I didn't have to abuse anyone's civil rights or assassinate them.
Yeah.
And for what? So rich people can have more rich people stuff?
These people are addicted to it. These are like war junkies. These people get their adrenaline, their energy off of harming people. This is beyond narcissism. This has to be clinical issue shit. Like, they're fucking psychopaths.
Yeah, that's a good point. There has to be something mentally wrong with these people that would take this job, cover up their face because they know what they're doing is wrong, and then intentionally bring harm to women, children, families. They don't fucking care who you are, what color you are. They intentionally are doing this thing called a box maneuver now, where they will surround your car on all sides with at least one agent, so that if you move your car at all, they can say that you are trying to murder them, and they will shoot you to death. That is something that they're doing now.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm. So you can't get out. You can't move. You just have to sit there and take it and let them rip you out of your car, break your windows, literally drag you off. Otherwise, they can murder you. There's no words.
I have no words, but also, how is this going to look? Okay, so now we have the National Guard that Governor Walz has activated to keep the protesters safe and to like kind of monitor what's happening, right? And now we have Donald Trump threatening to have the active army, the federal military, going in to do what? Are they going to go after National Guard? Are they going to go after the police officers that are trying to keep the protesters safe? Like, what is happening here?
Right.
Are they going to be joining ICE?
And military people are not these psychotic ICE agents. Military people are just regular fucking people that are not supposed to be patrolling our streets. So
now, to be fair, there are some psychotic asshole military people who joined to do this kind of shit. I think it's a very small population. I do think it's a small population.
It's probably grown since Pink King's breath has been in charge.
Possibly. But I think by and large, they don't want to do this.
Yeah. There used to be a time when you couldn't have like tattoos of the Confederate flag or, God forbid, Nazi symbols. Those days are gone. Those days are, in our past.
Yeah.
But I don't think the commanding officers want to do this. And that's what really matters.
I don't think so either. Well, yeah. I don't know. It's also perplexing and terrifying.
Well, speaking of perplexing and terrifying, I'm going to stay on the same topic, but I want to tell you about a piece of content I created. I don't know if you saw it or not, but it did very well on my socials. I was talking about how cold it is here in Iowa, and it's even colder up north. So if it's right now, it's -4 wind chill here. So it's got to be like -10 Minneapolis. Oh, it gets cold here. It's the damn wind. And ask any Iowan, they'll tell you, it wouldn't be so bad if it wasn't for the wind. We always bitch about the wind. But we are a big wind-producing prairie state, so we have lots and lots of energy-producing turbines that Trump hates. Anyway, I was saying, okay, it's 30 degrees out, Iowans. It's time to go cook out, which I was literally doing. I was cooking burgers on the grill. And then I said, and let's talk about super soaker technology. And so when it's this temperature, and I had their temperature pulled up, those are all below freezing temperatures. So if you were to spray your cement with a super soaker, that freezes your cement. And I know this because I'm a Midwesterner, and you know this because you're a Midwesterner. So just so you know, as a Midwesterner, we also use these Geta grips. They're little cleats for your shoes, so you don't step and fall on it. But you know who doesn't know that? ICE agents.
ICE.
Yeah, and they've been doing it. They have been doing it. The police.
That's amazing.
The sheriffs and the police have been taking, like, all these protesters have bottles and bottles of water. They've been taking them from them because they're calling them weapons, because they're dumping them on the ground and creating ice, and ice is slipping and falling on their asses.
Those are some of my favorite videos. I missed the video that you made. I'm so behind on my newsfeed. But I have caught a few of ICE agents slipping and falling, and it's pretty epic. Favorite. I mean, there's nothing like a good fall.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I said at the end of the video. I was like, always film, because nothing brings me more joy than seeing these bastards slip and fall on the ice. And wouldn't you know, now they've got videos of people in Minnesota dropping water all over the cement and soaking the cement. And sure enough, some of them are getting arrested because they're soaking the cement, if you believe that. But last I checked, it's not
arrested for putting water on the ground.
Correct. Yes.
That almost sounds like when people were getting in trouble for giving water to people standing in line to vote in Georgia.
Absolutely. We have it here in Iowa, too.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Well, so they showed the sheriffs taking all their, cases of water from the protests. If you've ever been to one of these ICE protests, you've got some of the best people in the world coming to these protests, because they'll bring snacks, they'll bring water, they'll bring hot cocoa. They really care for one another in these communities. We had if you got hungry in Chicago when I was there, there's snacks over there, there's pizza over there, there's water and soda over there if you need some. They really all come together. And so was all that water meant for the cement? Probably not. But they just assumed that it was, so they took it all.
That's hilarious. Oh my God.
So if you're listening to this, take water with you to Minneapolis. And just
and maybe even a full bladder. I mean, at this point, I'd probably just find a way to make some pea ice.
Yeah, people were giving recommendations for like deer pee, because apparently it smells really bad. And you can buy deer pee at the Fleet Farm or whatever. So you could mix that with water and it just smells really bad. And some of these people, some of these protests were taking bologna, like Oscar Mayer bologna, and throwing it at the ice trucks, and it was sticking to their doors. So freaking hilarious. Their doors and windows are like covered in bologna.
That's so gross, but also so funny.
Oh my God, yes.
I love it. Oh, I don't love it, but I love it.
I love how creative they are. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it is. Well, this whole reality is ridiculous. Why are we still having this conversation a year later? Almost a year later.
Is the beginning. My God, it feels like this is just the beginning. Like, oh, we got so much more ahead of us. Okay, so next thing I had on my list was Greenland, the Greenland invasion. It's weighing heavy on my head.
Yeah, well, I'm a little behind on that. I have heard blips, but I am not up to the most recent events. I know Europe was getting soldiers or getting troops ready.
Mm-hmm. They've already put them in place in Greenland.
Okay, I was thinking they did put them in place in Greenland.
Yeah, we've got Germany.
That's not all I heard.
Oh, Germany, France. I can't remember all the countries that have put a number of troops there, but basically just to show if you invade Greenland, you're going against all your NATO allies.
He doesn't care.
No. And apparently, I did not read this, but Julie Stouch told me, apparently he was doing an interview with the New York Times, and he said, I want Greenland for me, as in myself. And I said, is that the way, is that the way he phrased it? And she said it was. So he just wants to conquer it. And the way he was saying it sounds kind of like how he took the plane from Qatar for himself. So does he plan to have Greenland for himself like he does the private plane, the bribe?
Does he know how cold it is there?
I haven't any idea. I really don't know.
I mean, old people and cold, that's not a good combo, man.
He doesn't even stay in the District of Columbia when it's cold. He's in Florida.
So with all these white narcissists going to Florida?
I don't know. Maybe they just have a big club of white narcissists that we're not familiar with.
I bet they do.
We're like just white girls and we don't have any money, so we're not invited.
I guess. Ugh, gross.
You know what George Carlin said? It's a rich man's club and you're not invited.
Yeah, I don't want invited. Fuck that.
There's so many people that think they will eventually be invited. I have relatives that genuinely think, their whole soul, that they're going to win the lottery and they plan on what they're going to do after they win the lottery.
I do that, but it's already all spent.
But you
on helping people.
You have to know the odds are not in your favor for winning the lottery.
Yes, I hear you, but the odds are not in my favor of running a statewide race or living through a third world war or watching our president do literally anything he's doing.
All of these things are different.
So I think
some of these things.
Well, I don't have control over winning the lottery either. Right,
that's my point. You have no lottery stuff. Yeah, I have even less control over winning the lottery because I don't buy any tickets. So
not the same. That's a little bit of a barrier, but whatever. Oh. Mostly out of laziness. Details, whatever. So speaking of Greenland and other countries, there is now what's called the Board of Peace that Donald Trump has started, and he will be the lifetime leader of said Board of Peace. Supposedly, allegedly, it's initiated, it's aimed at resolving conflicts globally. A plan that diplomats said could harm the work of the United Nations. Only Hungary enthusiastically joined. And to be a permanent member of the Board of Peace, members have to pay $1 billion with a B dollars to fund the board's activities. Otherwise, they only get a 3-year term. One of the people on this term is named Mark Rowan. Mark Rowan, who is a Board of Peace member on Donald Trump's Board of Peace, donated recently $25,000 to my Secretary of State opponent.
$25,000.
Mm-hmm. Yep. The same opponent who claims to not only not be a millionaire, but to not to be taking MAGA money. Isn't that funny?
So is this Mark Rowan guy even a resident of the state of Indiana?
That is a really good question. And I will give you that answer because I have the campaign finance report thing here. I'm pretty sure the answer to that is yes.
What an odd place to put his money.
It is a very odd place. Oh, no, I lied. Mark Rowan lives in New York on Fifth Avenue.
Oh, of course he does.
Of course he does.
What?
$25,000.
What's he getting in replace? And, you know, that's got to be tit for tat. And the Secretary of State of the state of Indiana, it just seems like such a weird place to put his money.
It does. And we have, my opponent has a donor who vehemently supports, financially supports, not only school vouchers, because he sits on the board of a school voucher organization, basically. He's also like the largest donor to Mike Johnson.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Of course.
Right? And these are people who want to be Democrats. Like, they claim to be Democrats. How is that?
Wow.
I mean, it is such a sad state because I don't want this. I mean, I want to win, but this isn't how I want to win because I have better donors.
You do have better donors.
I do have better donors, but on the flip side, I have actual Democrats, party leaders who think because I don't have $2 million in the bank that I am not a viable option because I'm grassroots and only have raised $140,000.
That's a lot of money to raise. I don't care what anybody says.
I agree.
You raised $140,000 on your own without the help of the party. That's
without the help of the party and without the help of MAGA toxic money. And we have people in this party, and I know it's not just a state of Indiana issue, who would rather take any money regardless of money.
Hey, your whole
than
last
not
sentence,
have money.
Your whole last sentence cut out. Can you say the whole thing again?
Oh, sorry. Yep. We have party leaders in Indiana who would rather candidates raise money, regardless of where it comes from, regardless of what strings are attached. It's better to have $2 million than to have $140,000, no matter who the donors are. That is their opinion.
It is so
and they
wrong.
are public about it. It is so wrong. How do we change politics? We do not change states like Indiana and Iowa, these red states who have been manipulated in exact this if we don't fucking stop electing them.
Right? Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's so frustrating. It's so frustrating.
I hear it so much. Oh, we have to play in the game, play the game, and then we can change the system once we're in. No, you fucking can't, because then you're beholden to.
No, you can't.
Money. How can you change something?
What are you going to do when these people come knocking? When you're the governor or a senator, like, hey, do you remember that time I gave you $50,000? You fucking vote this way, or you owe me.
Yes,
there's no such thing as
playing the game until you're in. That's not a fucking thing. I hate when people say that.
I like that. I'm not playing the game until I'm in. I'm playing the game the way I think it should be played.
Or I'm not playing the game until I win. I'm playing the game that'll help me win.
Yeah.
And that's the game of the people.
Yeah.
Standing up for the people.
It's so unreal. Anyway,
well, I did not
I'm going to
know
step off that soapbox.
When did Donald Trump say this Board of Peace thing? I missed it entirely.
This is within the last few days. And again, the only reason I know this is because I was told to look into it. Like, I don't know if I assume someone would have caught it eventually. So thank you to the source of that. If you happen to be listening.
Well, yeah, no shit. Thank you for the source of that, because I hadn't even heard of it. So now I'm going to have to look it up. If I haven't heard of it and it's all I do every day is listen to the news and dissect what I'm hearing, then I imagine a bunch of people haven't heard of it. And I need to do probably some content on it.
Yeah. Because, this is small apples.
Mm-hmm.
This Mark Rowan compared to some of the other people having Hungary. The Prime Minister of India, I believe, is considering it. It's going to be bad. It's very, very bad.
So it's kind of like a pay-to-play NATO.
It is. It is a pay-to-play NATO.
Wow.
Yep. You're exactly right.
So we're not going to be
Oligarch
part of NATO
NATO.
anymore, because once we invade a sovereign nation that's in NATO, we're not going to be in NATO anymore. And the ramifications of that are mind-blowing. I mean, how bad that is for our economy, for the world, for our security, are astronomically bad in ways that I can't even describe.
I would think it's worse though if NATO doesn't kick us out. NATO has got. I mean, at this point they've got to do something. They cannot put up with this, and if they do, that's worse for everybody.
There was a person that was breaking down the consequences, and I hadn't thought of some of these things. Like, sure, okay, so let's go and invade a sovereign nation that's part of NATO. Those countries around the world where we have NATO allies and a base in them, we're not going to have that base anymore. They'll just close that base down. And that makes a lot of sense to me. Why would you have an aggressor have a base on your property, on your land?
Yeah. And that hurts their local economies.
Mm-hmm.
It hurts a lot. It hurts our troops. Where are they going to put them?
We can't even pay our troops without taking out loans. I mean, we're deficit spending. So who the fuck are we borrowing this money from to pay our troops to attack our allies?
Well, that's what the $1 billion is for, right? To help pay things back. So now they're funding our military again. These corrupt a-holes.
I don't know, man. That seems like $1 billion to go to Trump's pocket.
It probably will.
He didn't give a shit if our troops get paid.
He doesn't. He doesn't give a shit about literally anyone but himself.
Yeah, they're all suckers and losers, right?
We are suckers and losers.
Okay, so I'll look into the Board of Peace more.
We should take a break.
Wait, I need a break.
Bitches Get Stuff Done is brought to you in part by Blythe Potter, seeking the Democratic nomination for Indiana's Secretary of State in 2026. Blythe wants to increase voter turnout as well as voter registration and use the NBiz website to help share and teach sustainable business practices for the business leaders in Indiana and bring boring back to the Secretary of State's office. Blythe needs to raise about $10,000 a month to try to flip Indiana's Secretary of State office blue. And remember, turning a red state blue benefits the entire country, even if you can't vote for us. To donate, visit BlythePotter.com. Paid for and authorized by Friends of Blythe Potter. Use of military rank titles or photographs in uniform does not imply endorsement by the Department of the U.S. Army or Army Reserves or the Department of Defense.
Bitches Get Stuff Done, the podcast, is brought to you in part by Fight Like a Bitch, a guide to fighting fascism with guerrilla activism. Available now at the website bitchesgetstuffdone.org. Okay, I just took a swig of whiskey. We're good. Let's go back to... You know, that's not true. I can't do swigs of whiskey.
So funny.
I'm like,
not this early.
Back.
Oh.
So tell us about your race. I know that you're on the road right now.
Oh my God, Heather, my race is so good. I have to tell you, I am constantly encouraged. I'm at, I think 55 of the 92 counties visited. My calendar is in fucking insane. We had a town hall last night in Kokomo, Indiana. Yes, it went so well. Jack Chance is a House rep candidate. He invited me a while back, and a local mayor, a previous beloved local mayor, Democratic mayor, moderated it. We had like 50 to 70 people there, which for a city like Kokomo in a smaller rural county like that is a big deal. It's a very big deal. I went to Greene County last week, total major trail fail. My part of my team is in Northwest Indiana and they're on Central Time. I'm on Eastern Time, but they have access to my calendar. So we had planned 6 to 8, but because their calendar read 5 to 7, I showed up an hour late. They moved the time for me because I didn't catch it. But I got there and it was just a lovely meeting. There was a reporter there I didn't know about, wrote the best article about me to date I've probably ever had in my life. Which is ironic because I've been trying like hell to get TikTok verified and I don't have enough good like sources for news articles because they're not big, but I'll take this over that any day. So it's good. It's amazing. It's crazy busy, busier than I've ever probably been in my entire life, but it feels really productive and really good. And Hoosiers are doing some really amazing shit across the state. So
that fills my heart with happiness.
I know it keeps me going. I can't tell you how much energy is in these smaller communities. But yeah, it's going well. And I have my husband and daughter to thank for that. Like they're so patient with me. Shut up, Michael.
I didn't hear what he said.
I'm not patient at all. I hate this. He's
running
lying.
for
He loves
something,
this.
too.
He loves this shit.
He loves this
So,
shit.
but it's
No,
good. So tell me about your race. How are things going with Julie? I know you recently met the Iowa Secretary of State Democratic candidate. I cannot wait to hear about him.
Yes. So Julie Stauch is running for governor here. Definitely low name ID. So we're, having to travel around a lot. We know what the odds are. Her opponent has literally like millions of dollars. He's, he comes from money and he's got big
Your
donors.
opponent is my opponent. We are in the same boat.
Very much. Very grassroots campaign. Just we went yesterday to Decorah, which is far northeastern Iowa, almost to Wisconsin. So that's how far north it is. And it's just a completely different everything, environment, culture, and the forecast. You would not believe how different our forecast is down here in central Iowa as opposed to northern Iowa. It's a different state. It was, oh my God, we had a whiteout conditions, snow. It was crazy. It was like -2, whiteout.
God.
Wind just gusts like crazy. It's called the driftless area, which is unique in and of itself. I need to do content on that because it's crazy how different parts of state it are in Iowa. You've got where the glacier was, that's here in central Iowa. And then when the glacier started to melt and push, it did not push over in northeastern Iowa, so it's all very hilly, very rocky. It's just completely different from what we have here. We've got very fertile soil here for crops. They've got like lots of, almost like mountains. It's weird.
Wow.
It's crazy. It's plains down here where it's flat as hell. It's like mountainy and snowy and crappy up there. Anyways, we went to Decorah, met a lot of people, stopped at a lot of places. I ran into this cool speakeasy where they had an event for us. It's lots of, and they had like the old places where they would bootleg, like Al Capone type stuff. And they'd put like down in these cellars, kind of like a root cellar, but it had tunnels to other buildings. So that when people came and like tried to see if they had booze, they had it all down in the cellar so nobody could see it. It was freaking cool.
That's
anyway,
so awesome.
Lots of good stuff. And then we went to an event last night where it was all the candidates. And I got to meet the Secretary of State for the state of Iowa, who's running against Brenna Bird. And his name's Ryan something, but I can't remember his last name. And he was, the reason I can't remember is because I was so focused on his Navy experience. He was a Navy helicopter pilot in San Diego. And if you're familiar with San Diego, there's lots of bases, but there's only so many that have helicopter squadrons. And that's mine. That's where I was stationed, NAS North Island. And I was at a helicopter squadron, HSL 49. Dude was on the same base in a different squadron. Freaking crazy. Such a small world.
That's amazing. I love that so much.
I want to have him on our podcast. He's
Isn't it? I do too. I really do. I think it's so cool. I think that's the other part about this too. I'm from rural communities, but being able to visit these other significantly more rural communities that are even more neglected, which sounds like what you were doing in northern Iowa. What a cool experience. Like I would never meet some of these people or see some of these places without this. So
for sure. I've never been to Spillville, Iowa. That's where the speakeasy was. Spillville.
What is a Spillville? Did they have a giant spill there?
I think they had like a spillway, some kind of spillway, like a river. I don't know.
Oh, wow.
I was too busy paying attention to the bootlegging. I didn't ask.
Love it.
It's been a lot of fun.
We should talk strategy sometime offline, things that are seeming to work for my race here so that you can get that going for Julie.
Yeah, absolutely. Julie and I, this was the first time we've really gone on a road trip together. So I told Heaven, my oldest, I was like, we're either going to hate each other or we're going to be like best friends. Like sisters. I think I'm the naughty sister and she's the more measured one.
I love it.
But it went really well. She's really developing as a candidate. I'm very proud of her. Oh, and speaking of which, oh my gosh, this is what I wanted to tell you. This is what I've been saving up. Okay. So we were meeting people and we met this woman and she said, I had never even heard of Julie until I heard your podcast. Yeah! I was like, you listened to our podcast?
Oh my God, I love that so much. That's awesome.
Oh, isn't that great?
That's fantastic. You should make an ad for Julie on the pod.
I should. I think that's a great idea. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, so I oftentimes I'm like, are we just speaking into the ether? And I see the numbers. We do have people that listen to our podcast, but I don't usually run into them. And they sure don't say, hey, I heard your podcast, and oh my God, all the way up in northern Iowa, as far as you can go in Iowa, people recognized me.
That's so cool.
They actually said, one of them said, "Oh my God, you're that Iowa lady who does I watched you run Ron DeSantis off at the state fair." And dude, that was 3 years ago.
But that's amazing.
Crazy.
I love it. And if you are listening, we know we are not consistent on this. And we know that's like the worst thing you can do for podcast ratings. But also, we are so dedicated to what we're doing. Like we're not just watching Netflix when we don't record.
I would like that.
We don't relax. We don't. Yeah. Like I promise you, we are working very hard.
That is
to
true.
Get us out of this. So.
For me, it's the only thing I've ever wanted to do. I've only ever wanted to make the world a better place. That's all I've ever wanted to do.
Same.
So it doesn't feel like work. It is stressful, and I guess I should think of it as work. But people are like, "Oh, I'm so grateful for all the hard work you're doing." I don't know if that's really work, but
it is. It's unpaid labor.
Yeah.
I mean, none of us get paid for this.
You can always donate to bitchesgetstuffdone.org. Just saying, put it out there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Helps us.
But also, if we're not doing this, what's the fucking point?
Somebody has to do it. Right?
Someone has to do it. So, yeah.
If not us, then who? There's no one coming.
Yeah. We are almost at our event, and I cannot remember if we had anything else on tap.
The only other thing I wanted to mention is that I had my case dismissed this past week.
Oh, I did see that.
Yes.
That was very exciting. I saw that in your email.
Yes. Oh, yes. I emailed that out too.
That is very exciting.
I made a video about it because we got the notice in the mail and it said case dismissed, charges dropped. And I made a video about it. Well, guess who saw that video? Our local news station, KCCI. And they picked it up and ran stories with it like for 2 days.
Sweet.
No. I didn't even press release it or anything.
That's amazing. I got an interview with a guy named Adam Wren. He's a local reporter who is kind of a big name in Indiana. He writes for Politico sometimes. So for me, that was a huge deal. Now he hasn't published it yet, so we'll see.
Well, yeah, send me the link when he does.
I've done plenty of interviews that end up not getting published because I am who I am.
Well, send me the link when you get it so I can read it.
Well, I'll send you an article that they put out from Greene County in Linton. It was a good one. It was really good.
Okay. Well, I guess on that note, then you need to get to your event, and I have my Sunday call, which I'm starting again in an hour. So,
I know. I'm so sad. I'm gonna miss it.
And so, if you don't know, we started doing Sunday calls right after Trump won the second time, and we were doing it every Sunday at 2:00 Central. And then I kind of fell off the face of the earth, and I didn't do it for several months. And then someone asked about it, and so now we're doing it again. So 2:00 Central every Sunday. You can log on to our Zoom link and talk to other activists around the nation. So we're starting it again today.
You didn't fall off the face of the earth. You didn't know that going into this, we were going to be having a second and third full-time job trying to save the world.
That's true. This
is chaos. This is fucking chaos.
I did not think that our civilians would be bombarded by a group of SS troops and then have to be protected by the military and have to be hunted by the military. I didn't know that all these turns of events were going to happen, and it's just nonstop and it's exhausting. So I slept on some Sundays.
And that's okay. I mean, there is rest and resistance. There has to be rest and resistance. Otherwise, we will all burn out and end up literally incapable of mentally handling this.
Yes. And on that fun note, thank you so much for listening to our podcast. You can reach us on phone via text message or leave us a message at 515-442-0422. You can also find me at bitchesgetstuffdone.org.
And I am at HoosierBitchesGetStuffDone.org for activism. And my political website is BlythePotter.com. BlythePotter.
Thank you so much, bitches. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Being nice, that's a trap. Bitches get